Hello and welcome to interest.co.nz. I'm Gareth Vaughan and I'm here today at Westpac's brand new beach-themed branch on Queen Street in central Auckland with Ian Hankins, who is the head of retail distribution for Westpac. Thanks for having us drop in, Ian.
You're welcome.
Look, we're very interested in the changing face of the bank branch. Obviously this one you've just opened recently. This has a beach theme.
Yes.
Why have you gone with a beach theme in a bank branch?
Well, yeah, look, essentially where we're sitting right here used to be the old Auckland foreshore. So, we thought that reflected Auckland people, their attachment to the beach and to the different waterways we have, and we really want to localise our branches. So we're looking for themes that are relevant for our local communities and matter. So the foreshore theme was a great one for us to start with, and the branch reflects that.
And what's wrong with the old-fashioned bank branch where you walk in and the tellers are behind the counter and you queue up and do your banking?
Yeah, well, I think it's this branch in particular is a bit of a 100-metre sprint to get down to the teller counters, and ultimately what we're trying to do is encourage people to come in and break down those barriers, because for some people it's still a bit daunting to go in and see the bank, and we want to break down those perceptions. So the big thing for us is to create an environment where people feel comfortable to come in and talk with us, because ultimately that's where we feel we can help the most. So the design, the people that we have in the branch, the technology that we use is all designed to make people want to come into the branch as opposed to having to come into the branch.
Is this all part of, obviously the modern world we're in now, a lot of people are using their mobile phones and their computers to do their banking. Is this all part of keeping branches, relevant and hip for young people as well?
Yeah, absolutely. I think the important thing to remember is our branch network is still heavily used. So this branch, as an example, will have 300,000 customers that will come through here over the next year. So what's important though is we understand that people do engage with us differently, and we've got different ways that they can engage through technology. And what we want our branches to become is an intersection of all the technology that we have, so the different ways that you can engage with the bank, whether that be online banking or mobile banking, intersected with the people that we have who can make decisions locally, and with our brands. So it's an intersection of all of those things. So absolutely it's about keeping the branch relevant as we look forward, but it's also about knowing that we've been here for 151 years and people are really important and relationships are really important. So it's a combination really of those two things.
Are you still finding that people are doing a lot of transactions in branches?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Definitely. I think there's a demographic element to it. So our older customers do like to come into the branch, but also we have a number of elderly customers that are quite keen on the technology as well. So we see our role as educating customers when they come into the branch on the different ways you can actually bank with us. And there's a big opportunity there for our customers for the experience that they have and just to make it easier for them. And
it's a branch like this, it's a bit of a marketing tool too, isn't it? You've got some what is pretty cheaply priced coffee for central Auckland out there as well.
Yeah.
So is it also an aspect to it of wanting to encourage people to come in and have a look around who may not be Westpac customers, hoping that perhaps they'll become Westpac customers?
Well, look, absolutely. So we've got a wonderful caravan here, which, as you said, has pretty well priced coffee, and we encourage all people to come in and actually try that out. And we've got our teams and our technology based around that, so we can also showcase our business. So it is absolutely about getting people to, as I said, want to come in and experience the great environment we have here and the different things we have to offer. And whilst they're in there, we want to take the opportunity to talk to them and see how we can help them ultimately.
And can you tell us a little bit more about what you've got here in this Auckland branch?
Yeah, so there's a number of different elements. The first thing you'll notice with the branch is actually the outside. So we've taken learnings from overseas branches, banks and retail outlets where they really open up their stores and create again an environment where people want to come in. The first thing you'll notice is the technology that we have in the branches. So we've got a number of iPads and Samsung Galaxies available for customers to use. The branch is a Wi-Fi environment, so you can bring in your own device and connect to the internet. The self-serve transactional machines are available 24/7, which is really important for our business customers, not having to rush down here at 4 o'clock to make those deposits. those facilities are available 24/7 for them to drop off their transactions and to do that in a self-serve environment. And our people, our people are still a hugely important part of this business, and what we're looking to do is provide far more specialised service for customers that come in, whether it be our small business customers, customers with wealth needs, more specialised needs that we can fulfil in the branch.
And you're looking at rolling out themed branches elsewhere in the country.
Yes.
How far have you got with that so far, and what sort of themes might we see?
Well, we've been on a journey probably for the last 3 years actually in this space, and we have a number of community branches that we've opened over the last 2 years, and they all are about being locally themed. So we get the local communities involved in the branding and some of the messaging that's in the branches, so they feel that not only is it a Westpac branch, it's their place as well. Last night I was up in Whangarei where we opened our new site there, which has wonderful conference facilities for our business customers to use. We have the local iwi that have been involved in designing some of the Maori carving that we've got around the branch, and essentially that's what it's about. It's connecting with your local community and saying, hey, this place is your place as well, and we want you to use it, and we want you to input into the look and feel. So we're absolutely going to continue down that pathway in kind of key locations.
Any particular theme in the Whangarei branch?
The key theme there is with Whangarei is the meeting of the whales. So the theme we have in there is the Maori carvings that depict a whale, and there's some wonderful stories that go with that. We have the taniwha up pretty prevalent in the branch, and we've got the Northern Rugby team which we sponsor. Lots of photos of them up in the branch, and people really connect to that, and I think it's working very well. Obviously
this sort of revamping of a branch, it's not going to be cheap, is it? I mean, how much is Westpac spending on all of this? Well,
essentially what we do every year is we have a property budget. And the size of that budget hasn't changed, and what we look to do is just prioritise where we spend that money. So in terms of our total cost base, we won't see an impact there. It's really prioritising where we put that spend and how we spend. But the more we do it, you have a lower cost base because it's more modular. So actually the cost isn't as significant as you'd think when you come in here, but it's all within our kind of total property budget.
And are you going to have a sort of revamped theme across every branch in the country? Is that the ultimate plan?
Look, not across every branch at this stage. Really with Queen Street we are trying some things that are quite different, and we need to learn from those. So and see how ultimately our customers respond to them. So the first thing for us is actually getting some feedback from our customers on whether the different elements are working, what we need to tweak, and we need to get that learning first before we make a decision on what else we do. But early days, early signals are very good from our customers, and where it's relevant, we'll definitely roll out elements like self-serve, because ultimately that gives customers far more flexibility, and people are busy now, and our environment needs to cater for that changing work pattern.
Anything else that you're working on in this sort of bank branch space that you can talk about?
No.
Watch this space, eh?
Yeah, watch this space.
And look, just in terms of where you get your ideas from, are there any other banks around the world, or New Zealand even, or retailers who you particularly look at and admire?
Yeah, we definitely, in creating this design, worked with a number of architects who work more in the retail space, and we take a huge amount of learning out of that. There's a couple of banks in the States that have moved more into community centres rather than branches, so we're trying to blend all of those things together, and also you got to have an environment that you're comfortable with. So we've absolutely taken some learnings from offshore and retail outlets, but we feel this is the right fit for us and our values, and also the ones we think our customers want.
And where do you see the branch fitting into banking in, say, 10 years' time? Well,
we still think it's going to be a relevant channel, but as I said earlier, it's really important that it evolves, and that the reason for coming into the branch will probably change in 10 years. We want it to be our customers coming to the branch because they're going to be receiving great advice and great education around the different ways that you can bank, and the advice will probably be more specialised in 10 years. So it's really important that you position your branch channel for that quite early on. And Queen Street's a good example of where we see that environment heading in the future.
Well, thanks for that, Ian. That's Ian Hankins from Westpac, and I'm Gareth Vaughan at interest.co.nz.
Great, thank you.